Hello class. Today we are continuing with sequences and functions. And sometimes you might be wondering how do you get positive and negative and term. So as we noticed yesterday that there are some terms which are negative and some which are positive. The value of n can either be positive or negative. Then the value arises when we find that the sequence decreases in value with equal amount each time. So that's when negative value arises. While when you talk about a positive value, it arises when the sequence increases in value with equal each other. So in other words, an increase is valueless. The n becomes negative positive, while a decrease, n becomes negative. So that's exactly what we are talking about. For example, now we are going to look at the worked out example. Now, here I are just given the first three examples, the first term, second term, and a third term. So, from this example, the first thing I want to do is to find out if there are value of increase or decrease, know whether it's positive or negative. And after that, we are going to look at the term. We are going to calculate the term. Now, here, when we look at the difference, you take the second one minus the first one. 8 minus 4 will be 4. 12 minus 8 will be 4. You find that each time is an increase. It's an increase of 4, or an increase with 4. Increase with 4. Such that when we are calculating, we have to begin with the difference is 4. And this is an increase. And since it's increasing, then our value becomes positive. When this is increasing, the value we are going to attach to n is going to be positive. Since it's increasing with 4, we are going to begin with that form times n. So we begin with for n. Now, after that, we go to the first term. First term here is 4. Now, the first term being 4 there. Now, we want to calculate the value of 4n when n is 1. 4n, when n is 1, we take 4 times n is 1 equal to 4. Now for us to find out whether what we are supposed to add or we subtract, we are taking the first term minus the value when n is 1. In other words, we're going to take 4 minus 4 equals 0. So in other words, this point in coming up with the term rule, we are supposed to put here 4n plus 0 or minus 0. So since it's a 0, even if you leave with just 4n, it's just good to okay. Now, after that, you are supposed to calculate what 4n is. We assume that this column is not there. So we are supposed to look at 4n. 4n, when n is 1, you take 4 times 1. When n is 2, you take 4 times 2. When n is 3, you take 4 times 3. And when n is 7, if you are looking for, because we are told that after finding that, you are supposed to calculate the 7th term. So we include it when n is 7 here. And we are going to have 4n to 28. After that, we are just adding 0. If you add 0, the number should be remaining the same. After filling this column, then you can come up and duplicate what you're having here to this column here. Example number 2. Work out the expression for the nth term of the sequence and work out the 6th term. Now, what we are having here, we are having 11, 17, 23. You look at this one, the value is still increasing. Now the difference between 17 minus 11 will be 5. 23 minus 17, the difference is, 6. 17 minus 11 is 6. 23 minus 7. So you are going to find that each time the value is increasing by 6. Each time the value is increasing by 6. So now for our n, we are going to begin with 6n. Since it is increasing, our n is going to be attached to a positive value. So there we begin with 6n here. We are going to attach to a positive 6 because our n, the sequence is increasing as you progress. So then we have our first term to be 11. According to this one, the first term is 11. Then, having your first term to be 11, then we want to calculate 6n when n is 1. So 6 times 1 is equal to 6. Now, for us to find out what we are supposed to attach to that 6n, we are going to take the first term minus 6 minus 6n when n is 1. So 11 minus 6, we are going to do 5. So in other words, the value which we are going to attach to 6n is going to be 5 there. So our term rule will be 6n plus 5. So 6n plus 5, so we can calculate 6n here. So these are the values for 6n. When n is 1, when n is 2, when n is 3, and when n is 6. Because in our instructions should be given by when n is 6, the 6th term. So that is when n is 6. So when you calculate, so when x is 6n, when x is 1, so 6 plus 5, then you are going to get this one. Then you are going to take 12 plus 5, then you are going to take 18 plus 5, and you are going to take 36 plus 5. Now when you do that, these are the values that you are likely to find. Number 3, work out the expression of the n value, and you are supposed to calculate the 8th term. In other words, you are supposed to have first term, second term, third term, and 8th term in your table. Now you look at these values. We are moving from 25 to 18 to 11, and when that happens, these values are increasing. That means the value we are going to attach to n has to be negative because it's an increase. It's an increase. 18 minus 25 will be negative 7. 11 minus 18 will be negative 7. So you are taking the first one, second minus first, third minus second, and that's how we're supposed to get the value digits you're supposed to attach to n. Now the difference is negative 7, and the value is decreasing with the same amount each time. You begin with negative 7n. Now coming here, the first term is 25. Now we want to find 7n when n is 1, which is going to give us negative 7. Now, what we are supposed to do is to take first term minus this negative 7. So it will be, first term is 25, 25 minus 7. 25 minus 7. Remember I told you that there's a difference between 25 minus 7 and 25 minus 7. Now, if you take this value and say that it's just 25 minus 7, it is wrong. Because we're supposed to minus it's supposed to be first term minus n, x times n, for which this x is a digit. Now, it depends. Now, this is first term minus. You look at whether this digit is positive or negative. In this case, it is negative. So, if this one will be, this and this will be positive, whereas first term plus x. So, if it's positive, then when you are working on just to be negative, you have to minus that. But if it is negative like this one, you have to put two negatives here, so that at the end of the day, you are going to have 25 plus 7. Now when that happens, 25 plus 7 is going to be 32. So that means the value we are going to attach to 7 to this negative 7n has to be 32 there. After that, we are going to have by getting negative 7n, by getting negative 7n here. Then we are going to ask us to have negative 7 plus 32. So negative 7n, so this is 32. Negative 7n, which is this one plus 32. Negative 7n, which is this one plus 32. Negative 7n plus 32. And the 8th one here, we are going to find. After finding these values, you can now fill in that box over there. Now, we are going to look at the 4th example when we come back. And enjoy yourself as you are looking for us. Thank you.